Hi, Elena is here. I'm excited to speak with visual artist, writer, and performance poet Janet Restino. Janet performed in places like Cornelia Street Cafe in New York and numerous downtown venues, plus the New York Poetry Festival. Welcome, Janet.
Thank you, Elena. Welcome. Welcome to you as well. I am thrilled to be doing this with you,
Thank you.
especially during Women's History Month. That's the timing is perfect. And I have to thank Melanie Futurian for introducing us. It's so wonderful that we both know such a great person in the arts. So
You're a poet, a writer, and visual artist. You're multifaceted. And I'd like to find out about your upcoming projects. What are the projects you're working on in fine art and as a poet and etc. Please share with us what's going on.
Sure. Well, right now, speaking of Women's History Month, I'm in an exhibit at Revelation Gallery at St. John's Church in the Village that my friend Heidi Russell organized. She's done several of these for Women's History Month, and she's put together an exhibit of, I forget, there's maybe 25 artists involved. So there's artwork on the walls, and here's a card. This is a blank note card of one of the pieces I have that's the original and is in a frame that you can purchase. And the other piece I have is this one. Again, this is a blank note card of the original that is framed, and it was done on canvas. This is like the gift shop, what you get in the gift shop when you go to the museum. So if you can't afford the art, you can buy the card, for like $7. I do a lot of art cards. So to get back to the exhibit, they have some events coming up. The show's up till the 31st of March. And meanwhile, there's an event coming up on the 25th that Chocolate Waters of Manhattan Plaza is curating with dancers and poets and comedians. And there's going to be some videos and shorts. I think Melanie's in that one. And that's going to be on the 25th. From, I think, let me see where I put that. I think it's 3:30 to 5:30. So people can come to that. I think it's free. Yeah, I think that's free. So come on to that. You could also see the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm looking for let me give you the address. It's 224 Waverly, right off of 7th Avenue, kind of behind the famous Village Vanguard. So you'll find it there. But recently, I did a couple performances with Wordshed. I joined their open mic. Again, I thank Mel for introducing me to Leah from City College, who runs that. That's a fabulous organization. And I just was in a reading to celebrate an anthology for the Rhymes of the Ancient Mariner. It's a group of poets and writers I've been associated with for several years, and they did an anthology. And whoever got in that book with their poetry got to perform, and that was at Jefferson Library. So that was a hoot. There were, maybe 60 of us. So that was just last week. That was good. And I recently was at New Blue with a Brazilian artist and his band. That was a hoot. I got to do one piece. So, getting my work out there, having some fun, yeah, as much as possible. You had asked me about what I have on YouTube.
The recent projects.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the biggest thing.
The recent projects, upcoming projects. So where would you invite people?
Right. And that would be St. John's. Right now, that's the place to go. Yeah.
Right. I'll also include the link. I'll include the link to this video so people have more information. Wonderful. And I know, so you also own a small business selling your art called Janet Art House.
Yes.
That's Art House, powered by poetrypress.com, right?
Correct, yeah.
Please, so I know you design custom products with your art and pictures, and I really suggest everyone to take a look at the shop. It's an online shop. and there were fabulous, beautiful products
Oh, I'm glad
there, like t-shirts and cards, postcards, and it's just worth to see, to treat yourself, ordering something nice and beautiful, which includes your art, your paintings.
yeah.
So please tell, is anything else you want to add to this? What I just mentioned?
Sure. Thanks for that endorsement, and I'm glad that you like my work. I've done custom products for people, of course, and but then also I put my artwork. Once something is a digital file, really, you could put it on the coffee mug you're drinking from. You could put it on a T-shirt, a bathroom shower curtain. I mean, the possibilities are endless and limitless. But I don't want to put my art, it doesn't work on everything in the world. So you decide what. I'm just going to show you a few things. Since you're involved in the theater world, this is something that's been a very popular image. I sold it on cards that I print myself, but this is also a ceramic tile that I do on Cafe Press, for example. So there's lots more images I put on tiles, and they're one of my favorite things to do. This is another one as a framed tile, one of my nudes. So anything, anything. I did one with my baby picture on a framed tile. I should show you that one.
Last picture you showed is from your Love's Body collection, correct?
It's similar to what's in Love's Body.
It's a beautiful, sexy art exhibit.
Thank you.
And there's a book. You have a book. You also wrote a book with your poetry and Love's Body, called Love's Body, and which contains the pictures, sexy exhibit, art exhibit, and your poetry. Right? Tell us more about it. It's exciting.
Boy, you really studied up on me. I appreciate that. Well, this book started, you asked me the inspiration for it. A dear friend of mine who has unfortunately since passed away, Pat Cristiano, he did a book like in his final months on earth, putting together, a friend of his helped put together his artwork and his poetry. So his book was beautiful, and that inspired me to do a book. So that's where that came from. And when I did it, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be like a catalog. I'm going to take it around to galleries and get me a show, and of this work. And I could also say, hey, I'll do a poetry reading, and hey, I'll bring in some musicians. So we'll have a fabulous opening night. I still believe that can happen. It's just like where and with who. But then COVID hit, so that was the end of me, bouncing around to galleries trying to sell this. So I put it on Facebook and bought up a bunch of copies, self-published, and put them on eBay, and I sold them that way. And I got fortunate to get a grant from Poets and Writers to live stream a reading to launch the book. And you could find that somewhere on YouTube as well. So it turned into an event. And the artwork was composed at one point and the poetry at another. It wasn't a thing of I'm choosing this poem, how do I illustrate it now? It was just a kind of putting together of the old and the new, in a way, old wine, new baskets, and coming up with a whole new way to present it. And people liked it, so I'm happy about that. Yeah.
And just to summarize, so this book, Love's Body, which contains your the art exhibit pictures, sexy art exhibit pictures, and your poetry is available on eBay.
The book is available. Yes, this book is available on eBay. Now, I should say that prior to this book, I had 2 different exhibits around Valentine's Day. That's really what prompted the all of these red pictures to come together. It was a Valentine's Day exhibit. I had it at the Producers Club in Hell's Kitchen one year, and another year I had it in a jadeite gallery in Hell's Kitchen. So I had them printed up and framed and was selling them as, limited edition framed artworks. So that was several years ago. So this whole thing has been evolving and evolving over the time. Yeah. Yeah. What was your other question? I'm sorry.
I'm curious. What has inspired you to create this sexy art exhibit collection?
Well, some of the drawings were originally done in art school years ago. I scanned them in the computer. It was like, oh my God, I forgot I did this. What am I going to do with it? It's not on great paper. Oh, I'll scan it in. I'll color it. I'll add some poetry. So it became an ingredient. Like I'm making a bouillabaisse or a paella or a chocolate cake or something or other. So, that's what inspired me. And I had love poems that I wrote over the years, some with a broken heart and some, not so broken. And I used to perform them at open mics and at featured shows. So it was just a whole thing of putting it together. And with all of this artwork I'd done, the art school that I went to, by the way, was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. Our foundation was drawing from the figure when I went. So you would get a nude model and, you do a drawing, 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 3 weeks, whatever. So we had all this opportunity to study the human figure. And as a result, when you have good models doing really great poses, you can end up with some, interesting, sexy stuff. So, I miss those days. It's been a long time, but
fun.
it was heaven. Yes, it was really, really heaven. Yeah, I was a model also. I don't know if I should say that. Yeah. I worked my way through art school. Yeah.
When you pictures for your peers in school, did you pose the nude?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I haven't told that to many people, in my newer life in New York City. But I look back now and I'm like, how the hell did I do that? I wouldn't do it again. It was a long time ago. But I don't know, at some point, I just thought, oh, I can do that. Oh, how much are you paying? The pay wasn't great. I think we got $6 an hour. In those days, 3-hour session. So you're running here and there and here and there for $18, so you had to do a lot of them for that to add up. Had I been a different kind of person, I could have been, working elsewhere and getting huge tips. But, I was a good girl. It was for art. It was for art. I have some funny stories about things that happened to me during those days, but that's another interview.
Stories, like.
Yeah.
This interview is about stories.
Do you want the story?
Yeah, I love stories.
Okay.
Tell me the story. Your favorite.
Okay, so the art school was this, it's like the oldest art school in the United States. It's incredibly prestigious. It's in this incredible building in the heart of Center City, a stone's throw from City Hall. And we used to come and go in the side door. And that it was supposed to be, somebody's supposed to be watching the door. All right. And there was a little art supply store right as you go in. And the guy who's supposed to be watching the door goes back and forth between selling you charcoal or paper or whatever you need and watching the door. So I was posing in a studio. All these students are behind their easels. It's quiet. You could hear a pin drop, the concentration of like, well, what's the shape of her elbow? Like, do I need more red? No, I don't have her nose right. It's intense. And as a model, you could either think about what you're going to have for supper or your date last night or, when you're going to do the laundry, whatever, you've got all this freedom. All you have to do is hold still. Okay, which I got good at doing. So one night in an evening class, I can't remember who the teacher was at that time, but I'm standing there in a pose, whatever it is, and all of a sudden you hear these kids saying, "She bare ass naked." And, I come out of my reverie and everybody looks up and suddenly we see three little black boys lined up, staring at me. And everybody realizes, uh-oh, somebody was not minding the door. It was the only time that ever happened. There was a security breach, and it was memorable. What I don't remember is who the teacher was, and I think I probably put my robe on, sat down, and they quickly ushered the three little boys out the side door. But I wrote about this, and I'm thinking I was probably the first naked white woman these like 12-year-old kids saw in their life, and they ain't never going to forget it. They're going to tell their friends. Yeah.
Oh, that's so much fun.
True story. I'm putting it in my memoirs. Well, actually, it's already there. Yeah. Glad you enjoyed that. Good. You're the first person I've told this to. Yes. You've got the what do you call that in television? You've got the first shot at hearing that story.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love it. Thank you for sharing it. I got the first shot. Yes, thank you for this.
Show you a few little pieces of small sculpture and a few prints. But I don't want to forget, in terms of my projects, the main thing I'm focused on right now is janetrestino.com. I have been without a fine art website. The Cafe Press is for art on products, right? But a fine art website went down a couple years ago, and for various reasons, it's taken me this long to get with another host and rebuild it. So that's my main thing right now, and I'm hoping to launch by the end of the month. It's a lot of work because I've been an artist since the 70s, so I've got a lot of art to load up on the website so people can enjoy it, and also there will be things for sale, mostly prints and some originals. All right, I'm going to show you a little bronze. This is something.
Oh my God, you do bronze.
Well, this is something from art school days. I call this a key woman. As you can see, she's tiny and she fits in your hand. Probably a better way to see it. Oh, here we go. There you go. That's her little profile. See, and her legs are kind of cut like a key. So I did a lot of work in wax, small things, and there's this process where you pay a foundry to turn this piece of wax into bronze. There's a lot of steps in between, and it's costly, but that's one of my main interests. This is another one I did in art school. I did a bunch of female figures, like from Mother Earth. So this is like Mama. This is the Mother Earth figure. Looking very pregnant. Yeah, so these will be available in editions of 6. So I'm doing stuff like that. I'm going to show you a few waxes also. Can you see this? It's a tiny little stick. Yes, a little silver stick pin. It's very much a one of a kind. Again, this Mother Earth symbol thing. I'm going to show you a few waxes. For example, that the bronze that I showed you started out, this is wax, and this is another Venus.
I love this one. Oh,
thank you, which has been a topic of mine. She really sways, and I've sold 2 of these so far, and I can sell 2 more in bronze. I limited the edition. This is another Venus. I call this one thinnest Venus. Okay, because you'll see how thin she is. I used a photo of this that's in the Love's Body book, along with a poem called I Am the Straight Arrow. Okay, see how thin she is?
Mm.
Very delicate. These ladies are very, very,
Delicate work.
huh?
Very delicate work.
Yeah, thank you. Now this one, not so delicate. This is a little chunky lady here.
Mother Earth related.
Uh, little chunky
Not a
lady.
Mother Earth related composition.
Yeah, there
Mother
you go. You know,
Earth.
it's just fun to play with the female form. And
Can you,
this one is more of a
there are
character.
holes.
Pardon?
There are holes. Can you it
Yes,
for
there you go.
painting?
I'm glad you noticed that. There's an idea of maybe putting through arms that move. You know, like with dolls, they have a hole and then they attach an arm. Yeah, so that's a possibility. She could be armed or armless.
Nice.
I'm going to show you one more wax. This one is influenced by Giacometti. And as you could see, like she's kind of a spoon shape. How can I do this? See, I could put my finger here. So,
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
this is, I'm so trying to do this with the idea she's sort of a spoon. She's a spoon woman. I like the idea of combining objects with the female form. So that's a few things. Yeah.
What's your most favorite form of art that you create?
My most preferred?
Your most preferred form of art that you create? Sculpture or fine art?
That's my problem.
Poetry.
Yeah, I know. That's my problem. I just have so much fun with all of it that sometimes they compete with one another. Really, it's like, oh, I want to write. No, I should finish that, artwork. So really, it gets difficult for me. But sometimes something clearly takes over, and I run with it for a while. But I kind of think of things as cyclical, like phases of the moon. I think my artistic inclinations sometimes go with the phase of the moon. I might suddenly feel more, I'm rhyming, I'm in the bathroom, in the shower, and suddenly I'm rhyming. Oh, can I remember that, and write it down? So sometimes things are just totally spontaneous and you go with it, you grab it. Yeah, so I can't say that. It's like somebody saying, well, who's your favorite kid?
Yeah.
This is
definitely many beautiful different
thank you.
children.
There you go. This combines some poetry. For example, like this is something that is for sale. It's an original, it's framed. So I have things at different price points. This is a print. Oh, we're getting the reflection. Sorry about that. The original is a very large work on raw canvas. So this is popular, which leads me to say that my work basically, I have lots of figurative stuff, nudes and stuff like that, but also music is a real big theme with me. I've done a lot of stuff music based and sell to a certain demographic. Like this, for example, that's Holman Hawkins. I've sold that as a card and t-shirt and various things. So I've sold at the Charlie Parker festival, which happened. This is saxophone on the street. A photo. I do a lot of photos too. I'll show one more. I mean, I could be here forever. This is very popular over the years. It's kind of after Billie Holiday. Yeah, but I call it woman. Yeah, who I love. Oh,
beautiful. I love Billie Holiday.
I love Billie. Yeah. I guess for the sake of we should show a male. All right. We've been showing a lot of women. I call him Chocolate Man. Again, Valentine's Day, chocolate, red, brown. Anyway, yeah, that's chocolate.
Beautiful colors.
Yeah, I got a few versions of him. And that actually was from like a 30-second, a 1-minute drawing of a model many years ago. So, Anyway, lots of stuff. I have
I
lots of
want to
stuff.
hear more about your poems because you're a
Oh,
great
good. Can I?
poet. You wrote a peace poem.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yes.
resonates
Yes.
with me. I've listened to it this morning, and because I am myself a peacemaker, I call myself a peacemaker. So, and I like how you, the way how you wrote the peace poem. It's about 9 minutes, and people
Yeah,
can
it is
find it
long.
on SoundCloud.
Yes.
It's like it's just so beautiful. Can you tell us the background? What inspired you to write this poem?
It I wrote it right, honestly, I wrote it right before 9/11,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a full moon. So the title was really Full Moon Peace Poem. And I didn't do anything much with it for a while. It was like, I don't know, nobody's interested, it's too long, whatever. But it just came out. I mean, 99% of any poetry I write, it just comes out, and it's like, okay, thank you, universe, muses. Let me do the best I can with it. I mean, sometimes I might edit it or finesse it a little bit, but that just came out, and it evolved over the years. I have a couple different videos of me performing that. One is a cappella with a piano behind. Another is in the neighborhood park in Hell's Kitchen at an art event there. Another is, I forget. Oh, I know. I did it at the Poetry Festival. So it's different every time. And it's been over the years that we've captured videos of it. And the one I did with Stephen Benson, God bless him. I was lucky to have some time with him just playing. Hey, let's get together and see what we come up with, with the lyrics that you have. And he would improvise. So we came out with some really good stuff as a result. And the one that you heard, is that the one you heard, or did you hear
Yes,
the one?
I've listened to both Peace Poem and The
Right.
Clock
Okay.
Are Ticking Away. Both.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, the one
But
with
that's
Stephen, he did all this beautiful guitar effects that just takes it to another place. And I would love to be doing that on a regular basis, performing that. But I don't have the connections to hook that up. Stephen is teaching now, and I don't know how available, he would be, but I mean, I could try to find somebody else, but that was great with him. Yeah, I'll be doing it again because look at the state of the world. We need it. So I have a gift for you. On my Cafe Press site, I have a t-shirt called Peacemaker. I will send you the link and you'll tell me what size. Really, I did it a couple years ago for a friend. Yeah. Certified peacemaker. That's what it says.
yeah, that's exactly what I saw
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you, so
Yeah.
sweet.
You got one. A gift to you. Sure.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
But also, you have a YouTube channel. How
Yeah.
people can find you on YouTube with your performances?
I think if they just put my name in, they're going to come up with two main things. One is my YouTube channel, where I've got a bunch of stuff. And the other is when I was with this Rhymes of the Ancient Mariner, my friend Philip Jambry, who was running this literary series downtown, he would videotape everybody. He'd have like a couple features, and then everybody would get to have 4 minutes on the mic or whatever it was. So as a result, and because I worked with him for, I don't know, 3 years at least, there's a bunch of videos of me doing stuff. 3 minutes here, 3 minutes there. And the one that you heard was done at Three of Cups, his poetry series. And that piece, the other one that you liked, The Clocks Are Ticking Away, I wrote that in the 80s. I mean, I have stuff that's really, really from long ago, and nobody's heard it. Or that's my missing link. I'm not the get my stuff out there person. I'm not doing marketing. I'm not promoting my site, that kind of stuff. I'm rarely on Instagram. There's only so many hours in the day for me. And that's like my last priority. By then I'm tired. I want to watch television or something. So yeah, I need somebody to do that for me. Call for an intern. You'll like this. Peace on Earth.
Yeah.
Now that is from Bethesda Fountain, that one of my favorite sculptures in the world, and it's a woman sculptor. I sell that Christmas as a Christmas holiday card mostly, but it's a print also. Yeah, I have a lot of images I've combined peace with, especially around the holidays, doves, unit, that kind of thing, because my God, we need it, right?
We need peace. We need beauty. We need kindness. We need art. We need creativity. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Fun to have you here. Please share your website and your social media so people can find more about you. Your website and social media.
Oh, thank you. I just remembered. You asked me about upcoming performances.
Yes.
I'm going to be at Wordshed. Did I mention that? That's going to be on the 26th. This is another person I met through Melanie. I think I mentioned it, but if I didn't, you'll edit it, you'll fix it. So she does this poetry event at a vegan cafe on Carmine Street, and that's going to be on the 25th.
26 or 26?
I'm sorry, 26th at 6:00, 42 Carmine Street, Urban Vegan Kitchen. I had their vichyssoise. It was great. So it's an open mic and a feature. Did I mention I sell cards at Drama Bookshop? If I didn't,
Oh, no, you did not.
Oh, okay, because I know you've got a lot of theater people, that you've interviewed, and that's probably, a big audience for you. So, yeah, I love Drama Bookshop. So they have maybe 10 different designs or something like that. When you need a congratulations, break a leg, opening night card, go there. Well, I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm 10 days old. I'm a turkey. I'm a lark. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm in, I'm out. I have no doubt that I'm gone. I'm up till dawn. Hey, I'm frazzled. I'm dazzled. I'm changing my mind. I'm silly. I'm really behind my rhyme. I'm hungry. I'm in grease. Oh, I'm the golden fleece. I'm the golden fleece, I'm free, I will. Got my eye on the Holy Grail. Yeah, I'm free, I will. I got my eye on the Holy Grail. Hey, I'm frazzled, I'm dazzled. I'm changing my mind, I'm silly. I am really behind my rhyme. I'm silly, I'm really behind my rhyme.